Hey, what's going on, everyone? Today we're going to take a look at my chest rig from Haley Strategic.
Oh man, the lighting's wrong for full flex. So, when you have a truck like the Moose, sometimes you gotta clear some trails. So this little Milwaukee
So this chest rig in front of me is a Haley Strategic D3CRX heavy chest rig. Basically means that this chester was meant to run 7.62 magazines or be used with the 7.62 308 platform. Now they do offer this chest rig in just a normal 5.56 configuration. As you can see here, you can run 5.56 mags no problem. So I have a variety of different magazines here just to kind of give you guys an idea. This is just a normal 308 PMag. You have a Scar Heavy magazine, normal 5.56 PMag, and then a Stanag type. This is actually a H&K mag. So that's one nice thing about this chest rig is the availability to use different types of magazines. Now unfortunately these will not fit like a G3 style HK4 17 mag. Those are just a little bit too thick, and then unfortunately you cannot double stack the 5.56 mags, which would have been a really cool little thing to have. Now this is a placard system. I chose to run a placard versus just like a normal chest rig that has muley webbing on it and you put pouches and everything, because I want one thing to train to, and then if I want to train like a recce style stuff, I can run this as a chest rig. If I'm going to do some more like CQB stuff or where I need armor, I can take this, throw it on my plate carrier, and we're good to go there. So with this being a placard system, you can see that it has the 6 straps total. It has one strap on the bottom that just kind of goes around your waist. And then these 4 up here are usually for the harness. It's not an H style, it's the X style harness. Would have liked to seen an H. I just kind of prefer those a little bit more just for comfortability. And then one thing that I really like about this is you can attach different things like this Haley Strategic Flat Pack Plus here. And I'll go into this a little bit later in the video. So the entire backing of this is Velcro, but it does have this nice little, I guess, soft piece, we'll call it here, so that way the Velcro is not rubbing up against you. And one nice thing is that also allows me to attach a dangler down here. So this little dangler is basically my med kit. It's not a complete IFAK. I also do run a bleed kit, we'll call it, on my belt. So this with the bleed kit kind of go hand in hand. So on both sides you do have these 2 little elastic pieces. I just have some chemites kind of stuck in there. They're not quite big enough to fit like a cat tourniquet. I really wish that that would have been a thing, so that way I could have run 2 additional tourniquets here. I do have one inside of this med kit on the dangler, and then as well as one on my belt. Now of course you can see there's the 4 magazine pouches on front, and then below here you do have the 2 pistol mag pouches. Now I was running a belt setup for a while, then I kind of went to not using a belt. Now I'm back to running a belt system, so I did used to utilize both of these pistol mags. However, now I just kind of have a spare for my Glock 19X and then a multi-tool. This is a Leatherman Mutt EOD. So on both sides here I do have some admin pouches, and then this is kind of a smaller one inside here. I have what would, I guess you could call like a buzzsaw device. It's just basically some 550 with a little S hook on it. that you can attach to chem lights for signaling purposes, as well as some electrical tape for patching up some like straps, because these things break all the time. And then over here is kind of like my land nav or navigation pouch. And then in here, I will show you guys. Have a Right in the Rain for obvious reasons. Have a little Garmin GPS. I believe this is the Fortrex 501. This thing is really, really nice. And then it does have like this little plastic, I guess, covering that you could like slide in some note cards. Kind of small for like a map, but you can use like dope cards or little cheat sheets or whatever. And then you do have some little elastic straps to hold down some different things. And GPSs are great, but you still have to know how to do the basics. So with that, I have a lensatic compass in here. I used to have a protractor in here, and apparently it fell out, so I need to find that. I do have some matte pens over here. One of these I do have the little eraser pen, because those are really clutch when you're doing land nav stuff. And then just some camo face paint, because again, if you're not in the field, it's not on you, you're wrong. Probably fell out when I was doing some training the other day. Now this chest rig is really lightweight. It's not very thick, which I do like having this really close to the body. It's, for me, a really good setup because it has everything that I need for different scenarios. Now, of course, your gear is going to change depending on what all you're doing, but this for me works out really well. So usually I'll move on to flat pack. Now this I usually have on the back of the chest rig, and this pretty much has like some camouflage items in it to make like hide sights. It does have a little half ghillie or cobra style, I guess you could call it. And I do have some overweights because we are getting into the snowy season here. And then I also do keep the normal straps in this in the need that I have to put this in like a bigger pack. That works out really nice too. Then of course I do have a hydro bladder in here because you need water. One thing is kind of cool about this is it does have some molly webbing on the back, so you could like attach it to a plate carrier if need be, which for most of the time is not totally necessary, but you know, it's one nice thing. I prefer to have this on the chest rig just because of what this has in it. Now I have been considering kind of getting another one of these just to keep on the plate carrier for like different missions, as we'll call it. One nice thing about this is it has the ability to essentially like double in size, and you have this, I believe it's this one right here, where you can zip it out and it'll completely expand this thing, or you can have it really nice compressed like I do here. And of course you do have a couple different little pouches, which makes it nice for small things like those straps. So I'll kind of wrap this little video up, guys. Not a whole lot of information going on this one, but I did just want to put something out here because I do have a couple years using this kit and I really, really enjoy it. If you have any questions, as always, leave them down below. Always down to help people out and try to answer questions as fast as I can. And as always, guys, we'll catch you in the next one.